Ladies and gentlemen, joining us will be a guy who was drafted in the same draft class as me. A guy that taught me how to punt. At one point, I think he signed like a 7-year deal to be the New Orleans Saints punter. Won a Super Bowl down here, and oh yeah, he just want to hit the surprise onside kick coming out of halftime. Ambush. Out of SMU. Ladies and gentlemen, New York Jets punter, Thomas Morstead.
Yay,
Thomas!
I love it. Love the Team Gleason shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Jacked, man. Holy shit.
So jacked.
So jacked.
It's absurd.
How do you get so jacked?
Team Gleason shirt.
Yes.
Love that. Yeah, I love that. Thank you, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. I've been working out, not as much as you, but I've been working out. Boys are pumped to see you.
Oh,
Boys
yeah.
pumped to see you.
As always.
Here's the head shit, if you can put it on. Okay, so let's talk about the shirt. Let's talk about Team Gleason. Obviously, Steve Gleason, former Saint, former teammate of yours during the glory days. Coming out for the Saints' glory days. I was on the other side.
You were.
Yeah, when you hit that little thing and then win a Super Bowl and then...
Remember?
My mom was crying in the stands. She thought I missed the kick.
What a duff! He just shanked it so bad.
Oh, no.
Shanked it 13 yards, this guy. I've been watching him forever. Mom English, I believe?
Yep.
Mom English, soccer.
Jamie Cole was sitting with her, so he talked her off the ledge and said, "There's no way he missed it that bad."
Jamie
On
Cole,
purpose.
kicking, punting, snapping, coach, legend. I have a lot of thanks to him and also a lot of thanks to Thomas Morstead, who's been a punting coach to, I don't know what the percentage of guys that are in the NFL or have been in the NFL over the last 20 years, but basically all of them. This guy is absolute legend. And with your season, you are raising money for Team Gleason and ALS research, I believe, so we can knock...
It's mainly for technology to help people that are diagnosed with ALS continue to live with ALS, be able to continue to be human, be able to communicate. And they also send ALS patients and their families on adventures all over the world to inspire people to keep living. They do so much. The last I checked with them, they're getting 800 applications a month for technology for people to just to be able to talk, you know?
Okay, so ALS is and we watched Steve Gleason's story, I think, from blocking punt, the whole moment with Falcons all the way through. Now, ALS, brain good, body stops. Is that what happens? Like you?
Yeah, so you're basically your muscles just atrophy. They stop working and they just atrophy. And without medical intervention, most people will end up would suffocate because you can't even continue to breathe. And so you can get kind of like a pacemaker, like for your heart, but for your diaphragm now, and basically be kind of like you're on a respirator essentially. And that's how Steve continues to be in a chair and continues to move around.
And there's no cure, right, for ALS?
Not that's known. So.
And you said they're getting 800 applicants a year or a month?
A month.
So is there, how many people have a lot of people have ALS? Every time I go to an ALS fundraiser and an Alzheimer's, like anything, the people talk about the amount of people that are suffering from it, and we don't have a cure for it. It is just something that happens. There's a lot.
And I
right?
think what's scary is that the rate of it's growing. So more and more people are getting it for some reason. So, which is the reason for continued, other than getting support and people hearing about Team Gleason and what they do, they're getting more and more applicants because more and more people are getting diagnosed. So this has just been a thing for me to do. Steve's really helped me through my own trials that I've been through in the past number of years, and I want to do something to thank him. I'm like, who's encouraging this guy that's doing so much good shit for people all over the world? And you just be around him for 2 hours and you like feel kind of what he goes through, but then you go back to living your life. That's his every day in perpetuity right now. And so I think any way that we can continue helping him be encouraged, feel loved, feel supported, he's doing so much for so many people, and just him being alive is important. And so it's been an honor to do it.
Yeah, shout out to you and shout out to Steve for, being a familiar face that people can connect with to understand the story of what's happening to everybody else with that. You donated money this year, right? I remember we talked about this.
Yeah.
It was punts inside the 20, and you were donating money, right? And I said I would match, right? So how much have we raised? How much do we owe?
So
and how magical was the year?
Well, the year was not magical. I thought we were going to do a lot better, but
not for the Jets, but for this.
It was a cool thing. A lot of support, punters and kickers all over the league. donated their jerseys after games to kind of keep weekly donations going. And so my contribution was $19,000, and if you decide to match that, that'll put us over the $100,000 mark.
Well, I would definitely match it. And
Appreciate
congratulations, punters. Raising money, helping out with Team Gleason. And, let's continue to innovate that technology so people can continue to live. And please tell Steve that although we have not met, he has inspired all of us. And he's a badass. And that block was a thing of beauty. You're talking about picture-perfect form. I assume everything else is awesome. Let's talk about the season with the Jets. What year are you going into?
This would be 17.
Congrats.
Damn.
Crazy.
And we've talked about it. You said go till the wheels fall off. And obviously you have a lot of history here in New Orleans, bounce around to a couple different teams, end up with the Jets. Now have become a mainstay for the Jets, I feel like. Another year under contract up there with them, right?
Yep.
What was this year like? Chaotic? Hectic? How do you kind of view it as a guy who's been there, done that with everything from Super Bowl to getting released and going somewhere else?
I would just say it was a really weird year. Expectations are high, results weren't there, and that makes it a really it's the worst kind of season to have. If you're a team that's rebuilding and you don't expect to really be that good that year, that's a different thing. We had high hopes. We had hopes of playing this week, this season. It just didn't happen. And I was, no one wants to hear this, but I was proud of how our group stuck together. It was a tough year, and being in that New York media market is something that's I'd heard about my whole career, but I've seen it now for the past few years. And, guys came to work every day and continued to grind and continued to work, and there wasn't this fracturing that I think maybe gets reported here and there. So, just a tough year.
Yeah, we followed.
Yeah, we did.
Pretty close.
It was a tough year. Tough year we were out there. We learned a lot in an athletic article that was reported.
Yes,
Yes.
we did.
And then there was a lot of other things that were said. You've been in a lot of buildings. You've been around a lot of people. Woody Johnson. This guy is a topic of conversation, especially for the New York Jets and everything that happens. What are your thoughts on Woody Johnson, and what do we get wrong about Woody Johnson potentially from behind the scenes?
Well, I don't know what you guys think are right or wrong or what's even being said. I don't follow too much of it, but I will say this. If there's one flaw that he has, he's the biggest Jets fan in the world. He loves the team.
Obsessed with team.
He just loves the team. And so, that's all I would say about it. I see a little bit of stuff that's said, but honestly, I'm in my own little world. I see things from a different perspective as a specialist. You kind of have the blinders out a little bit, but most of the days you just go in there, do your work, and you're really only in the realm of people that you spend time with is the guys in the locker room and the equipment guys, the trainers, the people that you interface with every day. So all I know is every time I talk to him, man, all he wants to do is win.
Yeah.
He loves the team.
Yeah, he said in a press conference whenever they were introducing a new coach, which AJ has a question about, but he talked about how I had to look in the mirror and be a better owner too. If he's obsessed with the Jets, that would make a little bit more sense. He's around. I got questions. I like that he loves the team though. That's good news. I like that he seemingly wants them to be great too, which, not every owner seemingly wants to do. So, nonetheless, big turnover transition time for the Jets. AJ has a question for you.
Yeah, Thomas, obviously Aaron Glenn comes in there, great player for the Jets, and he seems like embody everything that the New York Jets want to be. Have you had any interaction with him, and what do you think of the hire?
I've texted with him a little bit. Biggest thing I would say that I could speak on is he was our cornerbacks coach in New Orleans for my last 4 years there. And then he obviously left with Dan Campbell to go to Detroit. And so the thing I remember about him, again, not a ton of one-on-one time or things like that. He was super professional, just very, very professional guy. And, I'm a huge Dan Campbell fan, so I've kind of watched the Lions' path over the past, 4 years. And so I've seen a lot of AG on the TV, and I know for the past few years, Dan's really hyped him up as, look, I hope we never lose him because he's a great coach, but at some point, somebody's going to have to give him an opportunity because he's going to be a head coach in this league. So I think just from a personal side, everybody that's in this business is striving to get to some goal, and for him to be able to get a head coaching opportunity with the team that drafted him, I mean, that's like storybook shit.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're excited to watch it all unfold. We can't thank you enough for stopping by. Thanks for raising money for a great cause, and keep going, man. And thanks for everything you did for me, buddy. I appreciate you.
My favorite jersey swap of all time is the Pat McAfee #1 jersey. It just says, Thomas, you're my favorite punter. Got that one up in the house, so I appreciate you, Pat.
You are, man. He taught me how to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Morstead. All right, Thomas. Hey, a lot of good times down here, huh? We're live. All right, yeah. We're live. I was excited.
Yeah.
Who knows where he's at? He said, "Are you staying?" He was about to make a bunch of recommendations,
Yeah.
I assume.